Hey, what's up turtles? Crick here with Black Owl Outdoors. And today's video is going to be on some custom work from Wright handcrafted knives. First, let's get this knife out and take a look at that. Here's the custom Patriot that the folks over at Wright made for us. The difference being these green micarta scales. And how these differ from the sort of production of the Patriot is they're thicker, and obviously, or maybe not obviously, but the production Patriots come with, what is it, dyed bone handle scales, and this is green micarta, which are about maybe, I'm trying to show you the thickness of this, maybe twice as thick as the bone scales from the original Patriot, or the production Patriot, but really slick looking, nice finish, that nice gloss on there. Same shape as a production Patriot. Really nice finish, sharpened spine. Fits just a little bit nicer in the hand, being a little bit thicker handle scales. And unfortunately, they're not taking orders for custom knives. They're not. So this is made for us, sort of a one-off, and he's just not taking orders for custom knives. But what he is taking orders for are custom Kydex, which I will show you. So here's a custom Kydex rig that he made for this custom Patriot. And if I had to guess, probably why these different handle scales went on was just to make this thicker, to actually get better grip, or a better fit within Kydex, something to actually mold around to, as opposed to something very sleek. But we asked him to make something that's going to be cross draw. And this is what they came up with. See the back here? Snaps here just by doing that. You have these two little eyelets or grommets. You could use this even as a neck knife. Obviously you see here just some Phillips screws, Phillip headed screws. Take this puppy off. Thumb ramp here, mold it up, help take this out. Pop that in, and this is a sliding lock. Basically just closes this, pinches the sheath tighter on itself. Now there's a little bit of play in here, even when this is locked, but I'm pulling with a lot of force and that knife's not coming out. Sitting in there fine, no problem. Open this up, really easy to take out. Close the lock. Yeah, so this is just, the simple sort of folded over taco style Kydex sheath. Really slick little setup. But now let's get this on my belt and show you how this sits and sort of the reasonings behind using it. Really easy to get on the belt. I really like this setup. I've never seen it. Admittedly, I have not that much experience using Kydex. So this little belt contraption, or this little swing gate, is really cool and convenient, and has a really nice positive solid lock. Makes it really easy to get on the belt. And this is a cross draw, meaning it's sort of sitting parallel to the ground, and or it could even be canted, sort of sitting like this. Some people prefer, here's parallel this sits. You could even have it sort of cocked this way, depending on your preference. And this is sitting pretty much right flush with my body line, because the belt loop on this pant sits right here. I can't slide it over here and maybe even kick this out just a little bit, but honestly, for an EDC, wearing it right here, if I bend, I might want to add a frame, but if I bend or sit down, or if I'm moving, this is really out of the way, and you feel like you almost forget you're wearing it. Now, when drawing or sheathing or desheathing a knife, if you will, drawing your knife, there's a lot of sensitive parts right here in front of me. So I'm being very conscious when I'm taking this out of the sheath and putting it back in, because, as you all know, we're all pretty well familiar with basic anatomy of the humans, and what's going on right here is that I'm not gonna take my eye off of pulling this out or putting it back in, because it's right in front of me. And there's a lot of sensitive parts, sort of, I've been funny about it, but also you know, safety-wise, realistically, with a lot of blood flow and things like that. So something to keep in mind always when you're using a knife and putting it in and out of its sheath, but even more especially if you're going to have it right towards sort of your, I guess in at your hips, your hip flexors, or just in at your groin, coming down there. Really sensitive areas, so you have to be really careful and mindful of that if you're thinking about wearing something as a cross draw. But nonetheless, this is really slick design, setup. They are taking orders for custom Kydex, and what he told me is basically, I think the smaller type stuff, custom things they'll do start around $65. You have to contact them for prices and quoting, and then obviously larger projects will increase the price, but smaller stuff starting around 65 bucks. I really like the addition of the sliding lock on there. Really nice. First time I have used a Kydex sheath with that on there. All in all, just a really, really slick, sleek design. High quality work. Super impressed. Very happy with wearing this custom Patriot as a cross draw on the belt. But what's a knife video without doing some cuts? So let me find some wood and use it. The sharpened spine, still great. Still a great feature on knives for utility's sake. Be able to do things such as this. And I mean, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but honestly, these thicker scales on this Patriot, I just like it a little bit more. I understand being thinner and all that, sleeker design, thinner design, EDC, all that come into play. But these little bit thicker scales, I definitely like them. I think just a little bit more than the bone scales of the production model. Freehand feather stick, just bracing against my body up in the air. Really nice control with this. It's a little bit thicker scale. Just love doing feather sticks, whether I have any intention of lighting them on fire or not. Practice my control with my knife. Learn characteristics of different woods, different wood, types of wood. And also, they just look like art. I think so. And this custom Patriot's handling this nice little curl job pretty well. Isn't that beautiful? Just love the way those curls look. Really nice job with this. And the production model did the same, but just really nice. I want to thank everyone at LT Wright Knives who are putting out really quality work right now. All the cool knives they're coming out with. I have the Genesis. I've been using that for a while. I want to thank everyone there that was involved with making this custom setup for us, and just in general, all the people behind the scenes there. They're our neighbor to the west in Ohio, and you know, Stoney and I have said before in other videos, we're really trying to support other small operations and, you know, sort of help give them exposure as much as we can through Blackout. So again, thank you everyone at LT Wright Handcrafted Knives. If you have any questions, I guess you can contact them for custom Kydex work. Any questions for me, leave a comment. This is Crick signing out with Black Outdoors. Later, turtles.